You can lead us off. Go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's been a bit of a shambles in P2 today. We've seen the two McLarens try to dominate. Ferrari have not done badly. And Tsunoda has managed to close the gap on the Red Bull. But there have been rather a lot of cars beaching themselves. Alex Albon, notably Verstappen and Tsunoda and Russell, to say the least. But it's been a very messy P2. But we're looking forward to seeing P3 and a very competitive qualifying session tomorrow.
Yeah, and also,
Um,
Verstappen was trying to test the limits because he was doing a practice start when he beat. So he was trying to see just how far he could break. So that's why he did that. He was pushing the limits uh, beyond reality. So that's why his happened. But in general, that's a tricky track because it has banked curves. So a lot of people they think because it's banked, it'll give them more downforce, and they're pushing the limits too much on them. What do you think about that? Yeah.
yeah, it's a hard lesson to learn on that track. What I'm learning from that track is that you have to respect it and try not to push it. Try not to experiment too much with the hard corners. They've got one more practice session. I think you're going to have to learn to drive conservatively around this track. Although there are overtaking opportunities, I don't know how you're going to
Yeah.
manage that on this track with all the dangers. I do quite see an exciting race in the sense that there's a possibility that the two McLarens could crash into each other in a fight. Otherwise, it's
Yeah,
all die
right
downs.
now, Norris has the advantage on one lap pace, but we'll see what happens because this is just a second practice. We still have tomorrow. Yeah,
Yes, I see it's a McLaren 1-2 unless they get DNFs. It's
Aston
a
Martin's doing
straightforward
well. I have
1-2.
a feeling they're going to do well second half of the season. Aston Martin.
Yeah, I also think that Ferrari and Mercedes are going to have a bit of a scrap over this race. I think they're going to
Yeah,
fight a bit, and Red Bull is going to be there going, I'm still here. I think the Aston Martins and the Williamses are not going to be so competitive. They're going to drop out a bit. Bortoleto and Colapinto's teams are also going to drop out. They're not going to shine like they had done in the last two or three races. I think it's going to be more of the classic big boys fighting it amongst themselves.
I think so. So yeah, but we'll also be back tomorrow, maybe after qualifying to discuss more about this. So what are your last thoughts before we head out?
Yeah, so it's been an interesting quick chat on P2 on the Zandvoort Grand Prix that's coming up in Holland. I suspect that this is one of the few Grand Prix that Verstappen wants to win because it's his home ground, but I think he's going to
That's why
drop
he pushed
points
it too hard on
deliberately
the
on
start. That's why he was
Yes,
pushing it on the start. Yeah.
yeah, I think he wants to win here and drop points in other places. But aside from that, it's going to be an exciting race on Sunday. We're looking forward to the qualifiers. And for myself and Mustafa, it's been an interesting conversation on P2. Don't forget to like and subscribe, adieu, and we'll see you on the next one.